Today we're going to address a big mistake a lot of club level players make when they hit the court to practice. And to do that, we're going to look at some footage of the pros and see how they train. You've probably heard the cliche, practice makes perfect, and one that's very similar, perfect practice makes perfect. Well, there's some truth in the second one. If you practice with a purpose, then you are going to get more out of your practice sessions than simply going to the court and hitting, for example. Hit some forehands, some backhands, some serves, some volleys, and then you call it a day. Well, what exactly is practicing with a purpose? Well, let's say you have a weak shot or you want to work on a particular shot. Designing drills around that is certainly practicing with a purpose. But playing a match is not just hitting forehands and backhands. There's many scenarios, situations that you're going to be in. So practicing these situations, common situations, is a very effective way to get a lot out of your practice sessions and make you a better tennis player. So what we're going to do now is look at some footage from the 2009 BNP Paribas Open. We've got a couple practice sessions, Gael Monfils, Ivanovic, and Roger Federer, and we're going to look at exactly how they are practicing with a purpose. And we're going to start with Gael Monfils. Now, Monfils is working on a typical scenario you see on the Men's Pro Tour, which is an inside-out or an inside-in forehand. And Monfils, well, first of all, we got a million lines up here. I'll get to these in a second. But these icons, circle is the player, stick is the side of the body they are hitting on, so this is a righty's forehand. Monfils is going to be standing to the left of the tee. And he is going to be hitting forehands cross court to his hitting partner. And that's represented by this black line. His hitting partner is going to go back cross court along this blue line. And typically this would be a backhand for a right-handed player. But instead of hitting a backhand, Monfils is going to run around that and hit either an inside-out forehand along this red line or an inside-in forehand along this red line. So let's see what that looks like. So what we saw from that brief clip is that Monfils isn't just aimlessly hitting. He is practicing on attacking. That sequence, again, is a typical way that pros go from a neutral rally to offense, and that's what he was working on doing. Now let's transition to Ana Ivanovic. And what we're about to see is Ana, and we're going to pretend this is Ana down here. She is going to be hitting to her partner who is at the net, and you are going to see a rapid-fire exchange where literally the ball is just kind of going back and forth. And when your opponent is at the net, you have obviously less time to react, and you have to have real quick preparation. But what you'll notice from the clip is that Ana is going to hang around the baseline. She's not going to back up to give herself more time. And Ana is working on taking the ball early because Ana's an attacking player. She hangs out around the baseline. She likes to force play. So by putting her practice partner at the net and staying at the baseline, she really has to focus on her preparation, keeping compact ground strokes, and picking the ball up on the rise. So that's what we're about to see. So again, by putting her practice partner at the net, cutting down the amount of time she has to get ready, and still picking those balls up off the baseline, Ana is practicing her general approach to the game, which is to hang around the baseline and force play. Now let's transition to Roger Federer. And the clip we're about to see is a practice session right before he played Ivo Karlovic. Ivo obviously has a huge serve, so unsurprisingly, Roger is going to be working on his return of serve. Now, you don't get too many practice partners who can serve as hard as Ivo Karlovic, so what Roger's practice partner has done is come up to the service line and hit serves from there, because that's obviously going to cut down the amount of time it takes the ball to get to Roger. And you'll also see that most serves are going to go out wide to Roger's backhand. That's the side of Roger's game. His backhand is the one that players typically try to exploit. Obviously, Rafa is real good at this, but Ivo is going to send a lot of his first serves to Roger's backhand because it's the weaker side on the return. So to recap, what we've seen from these practice sessions is that there's a wide range of things we can be working on, and we need to work on stuff with a purpose. You don't just get out there and hit some tennis balls and then pack up your bags and go watch television. You want to work on your technique, you want to work on your tactics, that stuff Monfils was doing, and you want to tailor your practice sessions to your opponents if you have a match coming up. So my advice is to come up with a list of things you need to work on, whether it's technique or tactics, and have that in your tennis bag so the next time you hit the court, you have something to work on and you get more out of your practice session.